Hey guys, I need to turn off my notifications. Give me 1 second. Hopefully we don't just good. Hello everyone. It is another Sale-a-Bration Sunday. So welcome. I am super excited about today because I have a really simple 3D project to share with you guys today. And this is one, I will say, I've been a demonstrator for nearly 22 years, and this is one of the very first 3D projects that I ever learned to make. So this one's been around for a while. This is an oldie but a goodie. So I can't wait to share with you what we are going to make, and I especially cannot wait to share with you what is going in our little treat pouch. So I can't wait to share that with you. So, but before we do, let's get started with Sale-a-Bration. You guys, we're nearing the end of January. The last day of January is what, Friday? So there's only 1 month left, and February is a short month. Don't forget, February only has 28 days. So there's only about a month left for you to take advantage of Sale-a-Bration and to get all those freebies that you have put on your wish list that I've kept showing you. So don't miss out on any of these amazing products. Today we're going to talk about we're actually going to do 2 products today. We're going to do the Toadstool Gardens DSP, which is on page 8. And then between page 8 and 9, there is this fresh Freesia Seam Binding Ribbon. And we're going to do that one today as well. So both are really fun products, and both are fantastic to add to your craft room. But before we get into our project, and before we talk about the products a little bit more, let me talk about the join offer, because during Sale-a-Bration, there are so many different ways to take advantage of Sale-a-Bration. You can shop and earn those products for free. You can join and earn even more products for free. And if you have a large order or you're hosting something, you can even earn more products, more dollars that way too with your Stampin' Rewards. But the starter kit is what I want to talk to you guys about. So there are a couple of different options for joining. Both options are $99. You get free shipping on that. Plus you get a free paper pumpkin in your kit. I think they still do that. So basically, and you get to choose 125 in product. So already that's a great deal. You get free shipping. You get 125 in product. Already that's a great deal. Now, during Sale-a-Bration, Stampin' Up sweetens the deal a little bit. So option number 1, you are going to get this free stamp set, this handmade design stamp set. It's a really cute stamp set. And then you're going to get to choose 2 sets of our Stampin' Right markers. These are not our alcohol markers. These are our water-based markers. It's the same ink that's in our ink pads. So you'll be able to do lots of fun techniques with these. I have the bolds or the brights and the subtles here, but you get to choose any 2 collections. You can choose the brights, subtles, regals, or neutrals. So whichever ones you want, you get to choose 2 of those. So this is a huge value right here just with these freebies, and that's in addition to the 125 you get to choose. Now, if you don't want these, maybe you don't love the stamp set or you already have a lot of the markers, option number 2, you get to choose an additional $30 in product. So instead of choosing 125 in product, you're going to choose 155 in product for only $99. And when you take in the value of the shipping, the free paper pumpkin, all the other things that come in your starter kit, you're well over $200 with either option. So both of these are a great deal. So if you have a long wish list or you've been thinking about it, maybe you want some perks with your orders like discounts or seeing products early, it is a great time to join. And I would love to have you on my team. Go ahead and send me an email or a message if you have any questions. All right, so we are going to do the Toadstool Gardens DSP today. This one is so cute, and I love the colors on this. Now you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I meant to grab my mini catalog. Give me 1 second. I think it's right here. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first saw this this little mushroom stamp set, it coordinates with the I'm gonna have to pull this up because I do not know what page it's on. Page 53. It coordinates with the terrific Toadstools Bundle, which we're also going to use today. It coordinates with this bundle in the mini catalog, and I'm going to be honest, I looked at this bundle and went, no, that's not for me. Nope. But you guys, the more projects that I see with this paper coordinating with that stamp set, yeah, it's definitely for me. So don't discount it. Oh, I hate when that happens. So I'm actually borrowing my mom's set today, my mom's bundle, because she has it and I don't, so I borrowed it from her. But these are the 6 patterns that you're going to get. So this is one side, and look how adorable they are. I mean, look at those little snails. It is so cute. So again, this is a free option with Sale-a-Bration. So if you're getting that terrific Toadstools bundle, you might want to grab this DSP. Now the other side, look at this, no mushrooms on this side. So if you're like, I don't want the mushrooms, you don't have to use the mushrooms. The other side is gorgeous. Those colors are stunning. So lots of fun pattern options with this DSP. And then the other product we're using today is the Fresh Freesia Seam Binding. Seam Binding is my favorite ribbon because it is so light. You can tie gorgeous bows with it. It doesn't bulk up your project. It is so nice to use. It's so soft. It's my favorite ribbon. When they got rid of the white seam binding, that was a hard day, guys, when they got rid of that. So I'm so excited to see the Fresh Freesia Seam Binding. So we're going to use both of these products today, but let me show you what we're making. Let me put this paper away real quick. Let me show you what we're making because it is so adorable. So we are making this little pouch. Now, these used to be called sour cream containers, and I think that they were called that because if you went to Wendy's or another, fast food restaurant, sometimes they would serve you, if you got like the chili, you would get like a little package of sour cream in little containers like this. And so I think that's where they got the sour cream container label, but I like to call them just little pouches. So I didn't close the top. Oh, see, my little tag came right off, but look how cute that is. That's what we're going to make today. I didn't glue my top closed so you can open it easily, so you don't have to rip apart the box to get it. And inside our little pouches, let's see if I can grab this. There we go. Inside our little pouches are these little mushrooms. You take the lid off, and it is a little pen. Isn't that adorable? Now, I saw Erica Serwin use these, and so I had to immediately get them off Amazon. So I have a link on my blog post, which we'll post after the video. I have a link on my blog post if you want to get them too. They are on Amazon. They're about $15. You get 30 pens, and they come in all different colors. So super cute, super adorable, and really affordable if you're making a lot of gifts. This is a really great little gift to make. So this is what we're going to make today. The tag just clips right on. Really simple. And again, I left the top open so you don't have to rip it apart. Okay, so let's get started with our little pouch because that is, that's why we're here. We're going to use this DSP. So I'm using, this one I have that snail pattern, which is very cute. Has those little mushrooms and snails. I'm going to use a different pattern this time. So we're going to go with this like Pretty and Pink Melon Mambo one. These super cute mushrooms. This is just the 6x6 DSP. It comes in that size. That's what we're going to use it at. We're not going to do any trimming on this. So I'm going to be pretty aware of where the bottom of my paper is because we're going to put adhesive on the back. So I'm going to flip this over with the bottom facing me because I want to make sure that I get this correct. And on one of the sides, I'm going to put some tear and tape. Now, you can use a variety of adhesives. You just need to use something super duper strong. So I'm going to use tear and tape. I like tear and tape for this because you can put it exactly where it needs to be, and it's not going to get in your way. Okay, so I just put that on one side. It honestly doesn't matter which side you put it on. And then I'm just going to double check my bottom, and we're going to put a piece all along the bottom down here. And I'm going kind of right up to the edge. That's going to leave our pouch as much room as possible. And I'll just go right up to that corner. So we only have adhesive on two sides. Now, if your paper doesn't have a directional pattern, if you're using like this paper, there might not be a directional pattern for this one. So you can just put adhesive on any two sides on the back. But if your paper does have a directional pattern, make sure that one of those sides is on the bottom, which we're good here. I messed that up the first time. So just make sure that have it correct. All right, now I'm going to peel off the side first. And again, no cutting, no trimming. This box could not be easier, this little pouch. So we're going to roll this up kind of like a tube, like a paper towel tube or like a toilet paper tube. We're going to roll it up like a tube. And I'm going to overlap maybe like 1/2 inch. Not too much, but I do want to make sure that all of that adhesive is covered. So we're just going to make a little tube. We're going to give that a good burnish. And I'm going to stick my bone folder in and really burnish that down. You really want this to stick well. So both sides, there we go. So we have the side done. Then we're going to go in and I'm going to peel off the bottom now. Just like that. And tear and tape is so easy. It just comes right off. I love it. And we are going to pinch this closed. Now where the seam is, I am going to pinch it. I'm not going to do it completely in the center. I'm going to do it a little bit off center. I found that my pouches stayed glued better if I do it a little bit off center. If you do it completely center, when you pinch this side closed, because we're going to pinch them in opposite directions. So when you pinch this side closed, if that seam goes right up to where you're going to pinch it here, sometimes it can start to come apart. And so I like to do it a little bit off center just so that that seam doesn't get in the way. All right, so we're going to come up here. We're going to pinch the top closed just like this. And I'm going to give this like a little bit of a burnish too, as if we had some glue there, but we don't. And that's just going to keep that closed. And really, I mean, that'll stay closed just like that. Isn't that adorable? Now this is pretty big. I mean, it's 6 inches tall, and you probably have a good like 5 inches of treats in here. So you can really fit those treats in there. We're going to fancy this up just a little bit. I'm going to grab my Simply Scored. You can do this on a paper trimmer if you want, either way. Okay. I'm going to start on the bottom and, oops, put this up wrong. Sideways, there we go. I'm going to start on the bottom, and I'm just going to push this into the corner with that bottom, and we're kind of going to reinforce that adhesive down there, but we're also going to make it pretty. Now, if you have a crimper, I used to do this with a crimper. Years ago when I started, we sold a crimper, and you would feed it into the crimper, you know, crank it a couple of times, and then back it out, and you would get that crimped edge. But we're just going to use the Simply Scored to get that crimped edge, and I'm going to score it at every 1/4 of an inch. So started at 1/2 inch, so I need to back up and go to a 1/4 of an inch. So 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and we're going to do maybe about 3 or 4 of them. I think that's good. Did a couple. Oh, no, I skipped one. Let's do, keep skipping the 8th ones. There we go. So 4 of them all the way down, and that's going to, like, I don't know if it's going to show up on the video, but that, those score lines are really going to reinforce the adhesive down there. Do that 1/2 inch one. It didn't seem to go through. You're going through 2 layers, so you want to press it firmly. That it's going to reinforce that adhesive down there and really keep it closed. Now we're going to do the same thing on the top, even though there's no adhesive. It's just going to continue that look. So every 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to start at a 1/4, and then you only really need to go to maybe 1/2 an inch. But it's going to just, it's going to continue that look, and it's going to help keep it closed. So, and again, this is an optional step. You don't have to do this, but it does make it pretty. It makes it fun. Okay, so that's it. And again, you could do that on a paper trimmer too. You can just put this on a paper trimmer and do that, but it really helps that glue stick, and it really helps everything stay together. All right, so we have our little pouch open at the top. I'm going to put my pin in. Now, pro tip here, I did find that putting the pins in upside down was easier to get them out, because the handles are a little bit easier to grab than the tops of the mushroom, because they're a little bit narrower. So stick the mushroom in upside down, but it'll fit perfectly in there. All right, now I'm going to keep mine closed with a little clothespin. I just got these little mini clothespins from my local Walmart. You can get them at any craft store, Amazon, anybody has them. So I'm just going to keep that closed, and that way you don't have to adhere the top. You can put a strip of tear and tape on the top as well, but I don't want people to have to rip this open to get to it. So we're just going to use the little clip, just like that. Super cute, right? All right, let's get to our stamping. We're going to set this aside. That's it though. That's the box, you guys. Isn't that fantastic? All right, let's get to the stamping. I have a circle die cut with the largest of the Stylish Shapes dies. And I'm going to grab this piece of scrap paper. We're going to stamp the ground. I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. Hi guys, I see your comments, thanks. Yeah, Kathy, you know what, I wasn't sold on these at first, but man, I have seen such cute projects that now I'm sold. All right, I'm going to stamp the little ground just on the bottom of the circle, just like that. And that's it for our Granny Apple Green. Now, if you're making a bunch of these, you can just lay out your circles, stamp them all at once, and keep going. All right, we are done with our scrap paper. I'm going to move this out of the way. All right, I have just a scrap piece of white that we're going to do our stamping and our punching. And we're using, I didn't even show you guys this, we're using the terrific Toadstools Bundle. I showed you this in the catalog, but it's a punch bundle, which makes it super easy to use. Now, I found this out the hard way as well. The little mushrooms on here are upside down on the punch. So when you're stamping your mushrooms, you got to stamp them upside down, which I'll show you in just a second. If you have a strip of paper like this, you can just turn your paper upside down. It's okay, it'll work. So Melon Mambo, we're going to do the bigger mushroom, and I'm going to turn this upside down so that I can get to the punch easier. So we're going to stamp this in Melon Mambo. Oh, so pretty. While we have our Melon Mambo ink out, we are going to stamp the little greeting. This one says just a little thank you. Oh, and I didn't get that ink out. We're going to use Poppy Parade for that. I thought it was Melon Mambo, but I realized that it's Poppy Parade. All of my colors are coming from the DSP, so I'm using them all straight out of the DSP. All right, so I'm just going to stamp this right on the edge here. We're going to trim this out. I'm just going to stamp that right on the edge. And then we'll trim it out in just a second. Okay, that's it for the Poppy Parade. And now we need Fresh Freesia. And this one is upside down on the punch as well. So I'm going to stamp this one upside down. So ink this one up and stamp this one. Perfect. So cute, right? They'll be cuter when they're right side up, I promise. Okay, that's it for the stamping. Let's get everything punched out. So this one, now with the punch, you're not going to get that white border around. This is going to punch without that white border. So if you don't like that white border, this might be the punch for you. And then down here, a little mushroom. Okay. And then we have our greeting that we need to trim out. So I'm just going to grab scissors for that. You can use, as you can see that outline of the ink. So the punch will cut out the whole thing without that white border. And I know that is, that's a plus for some people. Some people don't like that white border, and I totally get it. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm gonna flag my little banner here. We just trimmed that out of our scrap paper, and I'm gonna just flag my little banner. We're gonna have all our pieces ready to go. Oh, we need to punch our stems for our mushrooms. I didn't stamp those because we're just gonna punch those. So let me grab my punch back, and I just have a strip of early espresso, just a little piece. Yeah, Kathy, I know that you would love that. No white border. Yeah, it's fantastic. So I'm going to punch 3 of these. And we only have 2 mushrooms, but, you know, I'm going somewhere, so hang with me. So 3 little stems just out of the bottom. Now, if you cut your paper, just cut a little strip of it, you'll waste a lot less because that little stem is all the way down at the bottom. So you don't want to stick a whole sheet of paper in there because you're just going to end up wasting a lot of that paper. So let me move my little scraps out of the way. And we have our little mushrooms. Let's start assembling them. Let's bring in our little treat so we know what we're doing. So for this taller mushroom, this Melon Mambo mushroom, I'm going to actually stack 2 of those stems together to give it that little look, kind of this look that this guy has. So we're going to do that. I'm going to stack 2 of them together. And I'm just going to do that with a little bit of liquid glue. You could use glue dots if you wanted. And we're just going to stack those up and glue those together. Now these little mushrooms, they go on the front of the mushroom like this, not on the back, because the little stem goes, you know, to where the bottom of the mushroom is. So I'm just going to do a little bit of glue just on the little front of our Fresh Freesia mushroom. And I'm going to stick that little stem like that, just on there, just like that. Super cute, right? And we'll do the same for our Melon Mambo, just a little bit of adhesive there. And then we'll pull up our little kind of double stem here. And we'll adhere that down, just like that. Perfect. Again, you could use glue dots if you find the liquid glue to be a little bit messy. Absolutely, by all means, use glue dots. All right, let's bring back our little stamped circle here. And we're going to add some adhesive to the back of these, some dimensionals. And even our greeting gets a little bit of dimensionals. All right, I'm going to use 1 for the back of, well, this one I might use 2. 2 for the back of that. And probably just 1 on the back of this one. And then I'm going to grab my scissors. And I'm actually going to trim just a tiny little strip. So I'm just going to kind of go along the edge here and just trim a little strip out of my dimensionals just for the stems, because I want those to be secured. I don't want those to kind of fly off. So you could use a glue dot to adhere these down, but I want the same height as the dimensionals. So to just trim off a little piece. If you find that to be a little bit tedious, you're like, I am not trimming my dimensionals, that's okay, guys. Just put a glue dot on the bottom. It'll be totally fine. All right, just a little piece down there. And that's just going to keep them nice and secure on our project. All right, and I am just going to cut a dimensional in half for our greeting because we are going to put, I'm going to put one on each side because our little greeting is kind of going to go over this mushroom. And so I want the dimensionals to hit either side of that. So, all right, we're all set. Everything is sticky. So let's get this on. So we have our big mushroom. I want to put that one on first. And we'll stick our little mushroom on, and our greeting will go right over it, just like that. Super quick and easy, right? Isn't that cute? Now you could just stick this straight to a card too. That would be totally cute. All right, out of our new, we have some new pastel glimmer paper. Pastel Ombre glimmer paper, is that what it's called? I've used this a ton. Look at how gorgeous this is. You get like, the pink one is maybe one of my favorites because it's like pink and purple. Let's look at this one. So you get like, it goes from like purple to pink or pink to purple, however you want to do that. It's so pretty. But then you get like blues and greens as well. So this is our pastel glimmer paper, and that was released as a new online exclusive. So if you didn't see that, it's in the online exclusive section. And I cut that out with the nested labels. I think that's what it's called. Nested labels dies. Now I'm doubting myself, but I think that's what they're called. And I'm just going to put some dimensionals just down the center of this circle because the circle is going to hang off the side a little bit. So just some dimensionals, and we're just going to stick this on just like that. And that just adds that extra little shimmer to our project that we need. Oh, fairies. Yeah, that would be really cute, Kathy. If that had little fairies, a little mushroom fairy garden, that would be very adorable. All right, so I'm just going to attach my tag here just with my clothespin. Now, if you wanted to use a dimensional, couple dimensionals, glue dots, whatever, and actually glue it to your project, you absolutely could. This gives you the ability, you can actually take it off. You can write a sweet little message back here to whoever's getting it, and then they can keep this tag if they want when they're done, or they can, you know, reuse it and attach it to a card, however they want to do that. All right, let's bring in our fresh Freesia ribbon. This is our second celebration item that we are featuring today. And I'm going to tie a double bow because this ribbon is so soft and pretty. So I'm just going to kind of fold this in half. We're going to tie a double bow with it. So just kind of tie it a regular bow like you would, but you're tying it with 2 strands instead of the one. And I don't know why I'm struggling with this because probably because there's a camera. All right, I'm making this look harder than it is, guys. It's not that hard. And you just want to like adjust your bow before you get it nice and tight. Okay, we're there, so we're just going to adjust it. I'm going to make it just a smidge smaller. Just pull it this way. I'm really not doing a good job showing you how easy this ribbon is to work with, but you'll have to trust me. It's fantastic, and it's so soft. So we have our beautiful double bow there. It's nice and fluffy. And I'm going to grab some glue dots, and we're just going to stick this onto our clothespin with a glue dot. So peel that off, and this will go right onto our clothespin just like that. And then you can really adjust your tails and such. There we go. And you guys, that's it. That is our sweet little project. I told you guys this isn't going to take long. You can make a bunch of these in no time. There is no trimming on this. You just roll up the paper and assemble it. So this one is a really easy one to do. You can do all the stamping in advance, get everything done in advance, and then you have such an adorable little project with that cute little pen inside. So let me pull that out again so you guys can see those little pens. And this one has a purple one, the other one had a red one, so they all work. But super cute project. I hope you guys love this little project. I'll be back next week. What are we doing next week? I actually wrote everything down. Let me see if I can find my list. Next week will be the first week in February, so we're gonna do the Dance With Me stamp set. That one is so cute. So we're gonna do that one. So I hope you guys plan to join me that one. Remember, you can shop my online store for these products now. Celebration products are only available through February 28th, so if you haven't got them yet, make sure that you place those orders soon to get those products to you soon. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you're on Facebook, please share this with your crafty friends. It helps me reach out to more people and grow my business and my channel, and I thank you guys so much for joining me. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. Bye-bye.